Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you the Tesco Plant Chef range. I'm going through a couple of items that I think are the best items from the Tesco Plant Chef range and that I think you definitely should try. Now, if you're new to the Tesco Plant Chef range, the range has been around about a year and a half. So it's been around for a while and it's constantly gotten some new additions to the range and some new vegan items. It's actually created by the chef Derek Sarno, who's also the creator of A Wicked Kitchen. Yeah, you can be sure there's some delicious items in this range. If I had to describe the Plant Chef range to anyone, I would probably say it's very close to Wicked Kitchen, but it's more of a budget-friendly version of Wicked Kitchen. But yeah, over the last year and a half, there have been consistently new products launching into the Plant Chef range, and they're constantly expanding and new things are coming out, which is super exciting. So I guess that also in the future, there'll be more and more items for you all to try. But yeah, if you want to find out more about the Tesco Plant Chef range and about the items that you should try, then just keep watching. Okay, we're going to start off with one of the basics I think everybody should put onto their regular shopping list. This is the Tesco Plant Chef vegan mince. I do love having mince at home because it's just super handy and so versatile for a variety of dishes and not just a bolognese, though it's really great in bolognese just to kind of add that texture. I always find that mushrooms and lentils in bolognese are great, but they don't 100% hit that spot. So I do love buying some vegan mince for some bolognese or some delicious tacos. And also I'm that weirdo that sometimes just eats it on its own with a bit of salt and pepper. The Tesco Plant Chef comes in a 400 gram pack, which is quite a decent portion size. So this is more than enough for probably like 2 recipes at least, or a big recipe if you're a family. You're really well off with this kind of packaging. It's also suitable for home freezing, so you can always buy it, pop it in the freezer, and then use it at a later time. And staying with some delicious meat replacements, if you want to call them that, from the Plant Chef range, there are also a couple of other items. They have this fake steak with a garlic melt. No fake steak or like seitan steak will ever be 100% exactly the same like a real steak, but to be honest, that's not really what I'm looking for when I buy one of these products. I do love the texture that this comes out at. It grills really nicely, so if you put this into a griddle pan, this turns out really delicious. And I love that it actually includes this little knot of garlic and herb butter in there, so when you're cooking this, you can just add this on afterwards and it will be nice and succulent and have some delicious garlic and herb seasoning on it. One of the, I think, latest items they've relaunched, I think the first time I've seen this one around was before Christmas 2020. This is the meat-free roasting crown, and it's just another seitan meat replacement, if you want to call it that. It's a little bit lighter and flakier in texture compared to the steak, which is really nice, so it will probably resemble a little bit more of a poultry kind of texture. It has some delicious seasoning on top, and I find it's really delicious. Goes well with some roast potatoes and some gravy, and that's the most delicious way how I can imagine eating something. On the other hand as well, they do have some other types of foods as well, such as these fish cakes. I find them really delicious. Great with some potatoes. Also on a burger instead of a burger patty. Really good. If you haven't tried that yet, definitely give that a go. These have a wonderful light like seafood flavor to it, and I think that's really delicious. They turn out really nice and crispy when you bake them. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can you also put them in the pan? No, it says like cooking instructions, baking. Okay, no, that's fine. They turn out really nice and crispy. I'm sure you can pop them in the air fryer, and I haven't actually tried that one yet, but I might do that one soon. If you're feeling extra special, what you can also do is you can just take 2 of these fish cakes and make your own kind of tuna mayo, vegan version of course, and use them both as the bun and put that tuna mayo filling in the middle. So good. If I had to pick a favorite item from the range, it would definitely be the next one. It's this savory pie. I really love a good pie, and it's just such a comfort food that is like super quick and easy to make. So I love having these in the fridge or freezer just to have like, you know, a quick, wholesome and satisfying meal in one. And also, who doesn't love pastry? Let's be real. They have 2 different pies actually in the Plant Chef range. This is the one that's filled with mushroom. I think the other one is kind of filled with little seitan pieces. I do prefer the mushroom one just because I love mushroom flavor, and it's got some wonderful kind of gravy sauce around it. It's really delicious, and I might actually make this later. later. Apart from the products in the fridge and freezer, there are also a couple of ambient items in the Plant Chef range, such as this Caesar-style dressing. Super handy to have at home if you want to whip up a quick salad and just drizzle a delicious, tasty dressing on top. I love making my own dressing as well, but every now and then when it's just gotta be quick, especially on my photo shoot days, I just love having something simple in my pantry just to whip up a quick and delicious salad, and that's just perfect for it. In the Plant Chef range, they also have a salad cream and a vegan mayo, but I have to admit I haven't tried them yet, so maybe they'll be in the next video, who knows. One thing that I really don't eat very often is ready meals. I find with most ready meals it's just really difficult to kind of hit that spot to make them satisfying enough, so I usually enjoy cooking my own meals. However, every now and then it's really great to have some easy options in the fridge. You know, like when I have my photo shoot days, for example, I oftentimes get so busy that I forget to have lunch or just don't find the time to cook a little bit extra just for me to eat at that moment. There are a couple of things that I find really work well as a ready meal, and two of these I have here. First one of them is the Tesco Plant Chef triple layer lasagna. Now, lasagna is one of the things that I really enjoy as a ready meal. I think there's just something about it, how all of the flavors have been sitting together for such a long time that just really infuses the lasagna and makes it really delicious. So this is the Tesco Plant Chef one. I'm gonna add the price to the video here so that you know how much this was. But it's got like a lovely creamy layer on the top, and as it says, it's a triple layer lasagna. So yeah, it's definitely gonna satisfy your quick lunch needs. The other ready meal that I find really works well is this mushroom cottage pie. And yes, it's mushrooms again, and it's a pie again, but in a slightly different shape. So if you've never had a cottage pie before, cottage pie is usually like a mix of vegetables, usually meat going in there as well, and a little bit kind of like a gravy style sauce, I would say. And it's topped with mashed potato. This becomes really nice in the oven. It crisps up nicely on the top, and it's wonderful and satisfying. It's kind of like having like a roast meal, but all in one tin. So these are the two that I find work really well as a ready meal, and they're super delicious from the Plant Chef range. I almost forgot showing you these last two items because they've been still sitting in my freezer. So as you've seen, you can find Tesco Plant Chef all over Tesco, in the fridge section, in the ambient aisle, and also in the freezer section. So there's lots to try through. These are some veg fingers from the freezer aisle. And I have eaten so many veg fingers in my life, I can't even tell you literally how many times I've eaten those. Obviously, my entire life, not just these Tesco ones, but as a kid, my mom used to buy these kind of vegetable fingers and I used to love them. So this really takes me back and reminds me of that. Also, again, I know this is probably not the healthiest option because it's kind of like a ready-made, ready meal thing, but that's not what you go to Tesco for and buy these kinds of things. So it's super handy to have these in the fridge or freezer. It tastes amazing on a sandwich, just saying. They're just filled with vegetables and potatoes, and I think that's super delicious and works really well dipped into some salad dressing. Then I also have picked up some plant burgers, and these are kind of similar to the vegetable fingers, but they are in a burger shape, and instead of having kind of like a meat replacement, they're just filled with lots and lots of veg, which works as a burger. It's also really delicious adding it onto a salad, which might not be the obvious choice, but I really do love adding some burger-shaped things onto salads. It's also delicious on its own. Anyways, I hope this video has given you some great inspiration of some items that you can pick up from Tesco next time you're around. Maybe you're gonna try something from the Plant Chef range. Let me know if you have any specific favorites. Pop some comments down below and let me know what I should be picking up next time. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.